Hey guys, it is Paula with Vonna's Crafty Designs, and I thought we might decorate a little bit in our journal. It talked about decorating in the journal. This is diamond art. It was a little 20 by 20, a bicycle with sunflowers, and I did that on canvas. I cut the canvas out. I put some Mod Podge over top of it. I glued a lace doily on the front of this book. I put this, I put some material down. This material actually matches the bicycle and the sunflower. Just happened to get that at Walmart. I put that down. I put my diamond painting down. Then I put the butterfly and the journal plate, some little beads. Then I put some trim up this way. It also has material here. As you can see, this is material here. So I did a hole punch and put some crunchy binding, I guess is what they call it, to make a tag, a tie. And this is a little bit of trim. I noticed right in here it's a little loose. So I'm going to take some glue that I put in a bottle here. You can use any kind of glue. I like this glue. It's called Art Glitter glue. It's not glitter. It's just the name of the company, Art Glitter. It's a designer glue. It's a little more expensive, but it's a water-based glue. It's non-toxic. It dries acid-free. And once it's dried, it's pretty permanent. So I really like it. And I just put it in this kind of a bottle because I wanted a tip to be, you know, to have more control on where I put the glue. And we're getting it in here. What's going on now? Doesn't want to come out. What's going on? Let's see. Ah, well, you got to get that part out. That probably has a lot to do with it. What do y'all think? Can't use it if it's got a thing in the way. Ta-da! Gotta take that out. Okay. Can't have anything obstructing. That's what it is. Obstructing the hole. So here we go. We're going to put a little bit of this glitter glue under here. It is white, but it dries clear, and we'll just push it down. Give it a few minutes to set. And that was just a little trim that I bought. You know, you can buy trim at Walmart, wherever. I think I might have got this at Joann's, or there's no telling where I got it. And then I put some little beads in between. And I will, let's see, do I have the beads that well, I thought I did. Well, I will show you sometime when I get the beads out and show you. You can go to like the Dollar Tree and buy little packets where they got flat end beads, and you just glue those little beads down. It's flat ended beads. Turns out fine. Right. Something else that I like to use in my journaling is I like to use distress inks. You can get these at Amazon. You can get them in a lot of places. Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And then I have this little sponge tip that I use. This one is called Fossiling Amber, and it's more of a yellow. Another good thing you can do is if these dry out, you can take your little water, like in a water bottle like this, just spritz them, and they do fine. The oxide is a little bit different than the ink. The oxide makes some really pretty coloring. But it is, if water hits it, it spreads, so it's not as permanent when it comes to water. Whereas this is an acid-free distress ink. This is called Vintage Photo. And the ink, once it's dried, it's pretty much there. So I like using both. I thought about this one because of the yellows, but then I like this antique look also. So what I like to do with it is I like to hit the edges, just like hit the edges of things, and I'll show you here in just a second. I went through this book when I got it, and I pulled out, and I don't know if you can see this, but I pulled out some of the pages. I probably went about every 7 pages and pulled out so that we would have room to put more things in here. I folded some over, like this one. It's folded over, and I glued this end and this end, and I have a pocket. And yeah, so this is, and I'm going to leave these pages because I can always put more pages over top. I can put, you know, I can cover it and decorate it just any way I want to do. And so this one is a side pocket that I did. Folded it under and made a side pocket. There's another pocket. Yes, there's wrinkles and things like that. But once we put other material, or we put like paper products over these, we'll find out that they won't even show. So that's kind of what I did. This is a little tuck here. This created, I thought the back and front were so nice because they're clean. They didn't have any markings on them. This is a book. Actually, my friend read the book, said, here, I didn't want to get rid of it. I'm going to give it to you. So, she gave it to me. There's a little bit of where the papers have come apart. I probably put 2 or 3 papers together. And then that way you get something that's thicker, stiffer to put decoration on. So this is the book. I also got me some little book ends, little metal book ends. I put a little glue under there and clamped those down. So we have the gold book ends on the end. That preserves it more. So yeah, so we're going to start. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm not sure. I was thinking we might take some more of this lace, which I got. I went to a flea market. Somebody was selling a bunch of lace in a bag, and I just bought the bag. I don't know, it cost me about $3. And I got this lace, and I got these pieces of lace. And see, anything that, like, if they had a project and they didn't use it all, or you don't use it all, you can always use it in journals. What I like to do is I like to come in. Sometimes I like to put tags on a page. Sometimes I would rather just use what I call end pieces. And so, like, I'm thinking the lace right through here would be absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think? And then, yeah. Or even this lace. This lace could turn out really, really pretty. And we could put that right through there. And we kind of have a tab area because we've got a fold here. So, I mean, you can do it like you want to. I'm going with the theme of the vintage and the flowers and the sunflowers, but you don't have to do that. You can do it any way you want to do it. It could be eclectic, which means anything that you want to put in it. It doesn't have to match. There's no matchy-matchy. It's just whatever you want to put in your journal. And I thought what I would do is I may use both the different kinds of this to outline things with. That's what I call it, outlining. And so I just put a little bit of ink on my dauber. And we're going to start in here. And I'm just going to go right across the edge right here of this book. If it gets on something else, that's okay, because it all kinds of blends together. If you don't want it to, put a piece of paper behind it. Me, I don't care. So, yeah. And as I'm going through here, I'm putting a little ink on. I'm not sure if you can see it or if you can't. See how it does the outline of the edges? Yeah. So that's basically how that works. And that's what I want on these pages. So I'm just going to kind of ink around here with a little bit of this. As you can tell, you can put on the edge. You can run it through here. Just kind of run it around your page and make like a, it becomes the background. Because I found when it comes to doing journals or any kind of, I call this art. This is just another form of mixed media art. Mixed media being you got ribbon, you got lace, you got a book, you got paper, you got dots, you got trim work, fabric. So this is just another form of, to me, of mixed media. And mixed media, if you don't know a lot about that, it's all about the texture. It's all about the layers, okay? By itself, right? But what if I took a pencil and I drew a sunflower on here and then I painted that sunflower and that background would be part of it. So that's kind of what it is. It's kind of taking what you got and just making a great, fun time. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's, you know, because you can't make a mistake. You can't mess it up. And if you don't like something that you did, get you a piece of paper, get you a picture, whatever that you want to use, cover it up, right? Just cover it up. So we'll put some yellow on the front of this. Now, I may, which I don't want to right here, I want to wait, but what if I put this little lace right through there, right? What if I did that? And then I took some more papers or something and put this here. Now I have, just to show you, I have a box of, I'm going to set this over here because I'm limited in space as usual. Wouldn't it be nice if we had all the space we could ever need? I have a box here, if I could show it to you, and I don't think I can. Let me pull back a little bit more. Okay, I have a box here filled with pre-done ephemera. It's called ephemera, and it's just different things that I have created from scraps, basically, that I can put in that journal, that we can put in that journal. So let's look at some of the things that I have. Let me kind of pull a chair over. Hold on just a minute. Sorry. Okay, sorry about my hands in the way. I'm kind of at a weird angle here. Okay. But I have created some things already, just little odd and end things. And we'll look at some of these and I'll decide whether I really want to put them in the journal or not, or if I want to make something brand new. This little folder envelope is basically what it is, was made with a zipper. I took a zipper, look, it works. Created a pocket, right? Put some little knickknackies on there. Fix me a little butterfly on that. And this is a little pocket. Hopefully you can see that. Not really one of the things I want to put in the journal. So let's move on, see what else I have. Here's a bigger one. Here's a bigger piece that I made. I put lace on it. So all these things were pre-made. I set and just made a bunch of little pre-made things. I don't know. This one's going to stop where the flower stopped. But anyway. Oh, I tore it up. Y'all, I tore it up. No, I didn't. I just bent it. I can fix it. Remember what I said about if we mess something up, we can always do something different? We can change it and even make it better if we need to. There we go. And this got a little charm on it. It's a flower. So yeah, and this is like another little pocket. And some people say, well, what good does that do? Well, it's great to hold memories. All right, I have this, which I really like, which is got the yellows and the greens. And this is a paper bag. It's a paper bag. I took an old music page and kind of ripped it up and put some of this brown around it. The brown that I was telling you about. That's what that is. This one is the yellow and this one is the brown. And all I did here, which I've already done a little bit, is just kind of touch the edge of it. See? I glued pieces down in layers. I put some washi tape through here. And we made this little note card. This one says joy. I've found all these little things online, pretty reasonable, some of them free. Little bits and pieces of things that you layer on top of the other. This is actually a card. I don't know, it's a club, it looks like, if you can see underneath. Put some paper on the back, and I will use that as a note. So I'm going to stick it right here in this cute little, well, I don't know, it's not really little, it's a paper bag that we're going to put stuff down in. This is a tag that I made out of a book page and some stickers, and it also will fit right in there. And I'm wondering, I'll have to see if it'll fit, but let's get our book here back with us. I hope you can see this. We're going to open it up. We're going to see, oh yeah, see, that would fit perfect right there in the front of the book. We could have the bag, stuff down in here. We have stuff here. We've got the yellow, which matches it beautifully. And it will close up, doesn't hang over too much. So yeah, that will fit really good. So guess what I'm gonna do? Well, wait a minute, I got some other kind of glue. You use whatever kind of glue sticks good for you. I'm gonna use this glue stick here. Let's see, the other one's already open. Let's use the ones up. I'm all about using up what you got open, because it dries up if you don't. This is Scotch glue stick. It's a permanent glue stick. Amazon, you can get them online. And it's really heavy duty. It's, you know, it's not like your kids' glue sticks, which you get at school, which I've used some of those too. I mean, I have. But it has a tendency to hold. It's more permanent, and I like that. So we're going to just put some glue on the back here. And then what I like to do, especially if it's a pocket, something that's going to hold a little extra, I'll just take some white glue and we'll just outline it just like this. Just gives us some extra hold, okay? Just like that. And we'll flip this around. And we'll glue it in place, just like that. There we go. We have our first piece of decoration in this journal. And this opens up so you can put more stuff down in here. We've got a tag that's already been made. We've got a little card that's been decorated that we can make. And I can show you how to do these things separately. I just thought we would start simply this way around. Things already made in my box, if we can use them. And show you how sometimes making a journal out of things is very, very easy. It just depends on what you got. And I have a lot of scraps. I have a lot of scraps, and I want to use them up, you know. I don't want them to go to waste. I want to use them up. I'm going to try to redo that. This glue is called UHU stick. It's strong. It's fast drying. So if I can't find Scotch, I usually get that. I like the Scotch the best. Okay, let's look around and see what else we got in our pile here of things that I make. And some days, you know, I'll just sit down and put things together because I've got bits and pieces. This is just made out of a piece of old book page. Could have been book page I pulled out. And I flipped it up, I turned it up, folded it up, and made some pockets. We've used some little cards or little numbers and flipped them over, washi tape. So it kind of makes a little booklet in a way. And it's got just a note place in it. And I like vintage, so I use a lot of vintage items. This is just a stamp that, you know, took off something that I thought was pretty. So yeah, And there's that one. That's probably not something I would put in there, but it is nice. This is a pre-packaged envelope. Not pre-packaged, listen to me. A pre-printed envelope. I purchased some stuff online from Etsy shops, different scrapbooking shops. And this was one of the things that printed out, and then you just cut it out. You folded it up, you glued it, and you have your pre-printed envelope. And then I think I put a few little book pages and a little smile sticker on it. All right, this is something I've done with junk mail. It has a little window. I just took an envelope, and this envelope I coffee dyed. I put it down in some coffee staining mixture, let it up and let it dry. I've got some stamps on it where I stamped. I've got things that's wording, papers, and I made another little bookmark like that, and we stick it right down in here where the little window is. Okay, I think that's probably not going to work for what we need. A little bit long. We need a bigger journal for that. Let's see what else we got here. Well, we got another one. This is actually, let's see what we got here. Is it yeah. It folds open. Took different papers, different book pages, made a journal. It's another pre-printed thing. Just took some white note paper, put that there. It looks like it might have had some tea dye stain on it. This is a progressive mailer. You know how do y'all get a bunch of junk mail? I do. Progressive mailer. And we used it to make a little, this is washi, make a little note spot. And we'll put that in some journal. It doesn't really match this one. This is like a strip of paper that we took, and we just started placing glue and paper, different papers that I had down on it, in different little, I ordered some little labels that had little things on them and put that on top, and I actually just stapled them. See, they're staples. Now, what would I do with something like this? Well, let's get the book. Maybe instead of lace, oops, sorry. Maybe instead of lace, I would rather just put a trim strip. So maybe I would go up here and I would put a trim strip there. If you're going to ink any of your pages or anything, you probably need to do that first. But right here, I guess I should show y'all. I'm just going to town and I'm not in frame, sorry. So you could just glue that down to the edge right there, and you would have, let me turn it around, a frame strip, right? Okay, so there's so many different things you can do. Here's just a little bitty square. It was a punched out square. It's got some stamping on it, and it says hope. And maybe I'd like to stick that right there, because look, that kind of goes with that, right? So again, we're looking at the layer concept. Let's take some of our brown, and let's just put a little bit of more inking on it. Not that it has to have, but it just kind of gives it that antique look. And let's glue that right here on the page. So see, it's about just deciding maybe what you want to put in your journal. All right, so that's just the beginning of it. And this was a bag. And everybody's going to say, I want you to break it down separately, which I can do that. There'll be more videos for that, of course. But I just thought we would go through and look at a few things that I had. I don't want to make this video way too long, because it can be. But what we did is we done a little inking. We had this bag already fixed, so we stuck that on there. And we have a couple little tags, and we took a piece of just multiple things. I think this was like, I don't know, a little collage that I made. I can show you how to make collage pages with papers and with ink pads and things like that. And that's what we've created. So yes, journaling, to create and decorate journals takes longer, but it can be fun. And you can sit down and do that. It takes longer than kitting up a diamond painting, but some other activity in case you want some other ideas of the crafty things to do. They're everywhere, of course, as you know. But anyway, we have begun on the decoration of the diamond painting journal, as we'll call it. Diamond painting journal. All right, you all be safe, you be happy, and be blessed. And remember, like, subscribe, and share. I hope I got all this in frame. I get to doing things, and I look up and I think, oh, I need to be in frame so you can see what I'm doing. You all have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.